I can feel it bumping.
Fish on?
Yep, fish on.
Nice.
Sweet, baby. Paused it.
On a 5XD.
On a 5XD.
Nice.
Doesn't want to
Good
come
fish?
up. Yeah, what's a good fish? Danny, I'm telling you, son.
Well, hey, we don't have a net in the boat, and I don't like sticking my hand.
That's okay. We'll see how well we got it hooked here.
Might be a catfish,
Good old-
huh?
Could it be?
It maybe.
Oh.
Everything moves up on these to eat, but whatever it is, pretty big.
Oh!
Oh, it is.
I said
Backhook catfish.
fish, man. Get the pliers.
Yeah, I think there's a
There's a pair of pliers there. Just get it.
no need to throw that in the boat.
Yeah, those slimy things. Oh, I was hoping that was the big one. Well, there's the start of our crankbait day, folks.
Well, crankbaits catch all kinds of fish.
Look at him. He doesn't want to give up the.
Oh.
That's okay.
Did he come off?
Nope. I wished.
I just don't want to get.
Don't get that hook in you.
like that.
Did you get it in you?
It's in there.
Folks, today we're with a good friend of mine, Danny Hallock, and I'll tell you what, we call these guys the Roosevelt Bullies. I'll tell you what, Danny, he's won a lot of tournaments on this lake. We're at Roosevelt Lake doing his specialty, the crankbaits. We got a little breeze on the water. The water's a little bit dingy right now, and we're moving up the area. And Danny, tell us a little bit about what we're doing today, bud.
Well, basically, we're going to come out here and throw some crankbaits around. Had a lot of success with them over the years. And mainly all we're doing is kind of looking for areas where I think fish are going to be feeding. We're looking for a lot of points, humps, anywhere where we think fish might be feeding. These are reaction baits. We're trying to get a reaction strike out of the bait. So hopefully we can have some fun, catch some more fish, the right kind of fish, not catfish.
Catfish right off the bat.
Fish is fish, you know, and they're all fun. We thought we had a giant, so hey.
I was all excited, and then when you said, oh, it could be a catfish, I'm
well,
like,
he wasn't quite pulling
yeah,
right, but
yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't
but
quite
either way,
doing it right.
you know, I think we're gonna have a good time, you know, and try to teach somebody a little something about some crankbait fishing.
You're gonna learn one thing today, and that's, this guy is a master at throwing these crankbaits. This is something he loves to do, and he does it differently than the rest of us. And you're gonna find out why Danny is probably one of the best crankbait fishermen in the state right now. He's just dialed in on his crankbaits. He understands the retrieves. The different kinds of retrieves that he's doing is amazing. I've already been in a boat with him 5 minutes, and I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be a fun day, and I'm gonna learn a lot too. So we're gonna have a lot of fun today, buddy, and I sure love having you in the boat right now.
Thanks for having me, I appreciate it.
Let's get a net so we don't get any more of those crankbaits in your hand.
Absolutely, that could have been a disaster.
I don't want that being me, because I'd be a white baby right now, man.
That was a disaster.
All right,
Thanks,
let's
John.
do it, man. I want you to explain to the folks at home what digging trenches is. Let's talk about it.
Digging trenches is basically, I throw a lot of deep diving crankbaits, the DD22s, throw a lot of the Strike King product, the 6XDs, and the XD stands for extra deep. And basically they run about 19 to 20 foot on a long cast with 10 to 12 pound test line. And basically that crankbait, you know, we got the boat right now in 17 foot of water, so this crankbait's getting down on the bottom, and it is just dredging that bottom. I mean, you're dredging the bottom. And the thing is that crankbait gets down there into the silt and the dirt and the rock, and it's making a trail behind the crankbait. So it's making a lot of commotion down there. And a lot of times, what I do is I'll reel it fast, get it through there, and I try to keep fishing as simple as I can. I always envision that there's a fish down there looking at my bait, and he's following it. And he's going behind it, and all of a sudden you stop reeling, and that crankbait is on the bottom, and all of a sudden it just stops. Well, if he's behind it, and that crankbait stops, he's got no choice either to run into it or eat it. One reason I reel a lot faster than most people.
You reel a lot faster. You're really digging the trench, let me tell you.
Yeah.
What retrieve ratio reel are you throwing?
Well, this one's a 5 to 1.
Okay.
Honestly, you can use any reel. Will do for cranking as long as it has a pretty big spool, because the main thing to crankbait fishing is the length of the cast. You want to make a long cast to make sure that you're covering as much water as you can and getting the crankbait down to the maximum depth that it'll get to. You know, and the rod's another very important thing. You know, I've been crankbait fishing a long time, and you got to have a rod that's got a lot of tip to it, what they call tip.
And a little bit of flex in that thing makes a big difference, so when they suck it in.
Yeah,
but you got to have a good butt to it, you know?
It allows them to get the bait, because basically a fish is coming behind this, you know, that crankbait's going down through here, he's trailing it, and you're reeling it along, and all of a sudden he gets his mouth on your bait. Well, if you've got a stiffer rod or a rod with not a lot of give, or you're fishing braid or fluorocarbon, as soon as he touches that bait, boom, you know, you feel it in your rod. Well, immediately you pull. Well, he's only got a little bit of this bait in his mouth. That's why a lot of times you see fish that are only hooked on the back hook. And ideally what you want is this entire bait inside their mouth and just gone.
You bet. There's one. There's one.
Get him,
son.
Johnny. Get him.
Come on.
Oh.
He does it. Get the net.
Yeah.
It's back there. Oh, I barely got him hooked.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good fish. Danny? Yeah.
There he is.
That's what I'm talking about, son. Give me some of that. There you go. Okay. There's a little 2-pounder, huh?
Yeah.
There you're talking right there. Water slick as all
Slick
get out.
calm.
Danny's like, it ain't gonna matter. You know why? Because we're digging trenches. Here's the deal. Even though we're throwing cranks, and you know that we've always discussed and talked about needing some wind for these reaction baits. But Danny here claims that when you're digging trenches and pulling up the bottom like that, you're getting a reaction strike out of them. I was burning that thing, stopped it, and boom, he hit it right there on the spot. That's your crankbait.
Not to interrupt you, but there's my crankbait floating there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you didn't know whose that was?
Oh, I thought it was a freebie floating out there.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is a crazy way to fish these things, and you're gonna wear your arm out. You know, that's the thing I tell you what, I've done a lot of fishing over the years, folks, and I've crankbait fished, and but to come out here, I'm wore out. We've been out here an hour. I'm wore out because I'm cranking this thing and cranking away. And dude, I don't know how no wonder you got Popeye arms.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, it is slick calm here. This is not the ideal conditions to throw a crankbait, but a crankbait does give you a reaction strike. So that's why we're reeling it faster, stopping it, trying to get them to just react to the bait. That's what you want to do with any of it, but a crankbait, it's pretty important. Get it moving fast, stop it. Sometimes that triggers a strike. Talking about the net.
Yeah, show the folks at home what you got.
There's all kinds of nets.
Net.
This is I got this at Bass Pro Shops. Big net for big fish, got a long retractable arm. But the thing that makes this net special is the netting itself actually has a rubber coating on it. And what that does is keeps the crankbait hooks from getting stuck into the net.
It's amazing, folks. Let me tell you something. It's amazing how this guy will, we're coming to areas, most people would just drive straight through, okay, and crankbait down the bank, and I'm one of those guys that used to do all that. He's all about angles. He'll come back around. We just caught a fish, caught another fish there, but he'll position the boat where he either comes over the point, then he casts with the point. He'll hit every angle he can off an area that he's got a lot of faith in. And Danny, that's something that I think is your key to success. It really is. You understand angles a little bit, and angles is a lot about doing this kind of fishing. It ain't so much all the time just about bumping the rocks. That's a lot of it, but the angles of what you're fishing is just unbelievable. I mean, here we are sitting on this point, and he's casting up so he can bring it up on top of the point. I mean, you've hit this thing every way you can, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. And you know, a lot of people think, well, with the crankbait, you just cast it out to the bank and
Yeah, that's all I've ever done.
Wind it back in. But honestly, you know, certain times of the year, that's where they're at. They're right on the bank. But sometimes the bigger fish are out in the middle of these pockets and these coves, you know, just kind of hanging out there. So that's kind of why I work these, what I call them is corners.
Yeah.
You know, basically we have a corner here. And the thing that I like with the crankbait, you're covering water, you're trying to cover water.
Sure.
But I've got lots of water here at an angle, and I've got lots of water there at an angle. So I can put the boat right here and not move it and make 15, 20 casts this way, close to the bank, and work my way out. Turn around, make 15, 20 casts this way, and work my way out. Now, what I start doing is putting a pattern together of I'm catching fish on my 5XD 15 feet off the bank.
Okay.
So I look at the water, I'm in 14 foot. So what I'm gonna do when I do decide to go down this bank, I'm gonna keep the boat in 14, 15 foot of water, and I'm gonna parallel the bank and try to leave that bait in that water depth the majority of the cast.
Gotcha.
So if I was just to cast straight here at the bank, I'm only hitting 15 foot or 14 foot when I get out here. So the only time I'm in the strike zone is when I'm right here.
Gotcha.
If I cast that way, I'm in the strike zone where I've been catching fish the whole time.
Hey folks, for the tip of the week, Danny's got a real good tip for you this week on tuning crankbaits. And I guess when your crankbait's running sideways, and sometimes you get them out of the package that way.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But there's a way to tune it where you can make it run straight again, to where you don't have to just throw the crankbait away and get one that doesn't do that. Show the folks at home how to do that.
The important part of the crankbait running straight is you want it to come in the water column straight, so it's got the best wiggle to it, and also get to the deepest depth that the crankbait runs. If it's running sideways, it's not getting to the deepest depth, and it doesn't look natural.
Exactly.
So what happens is this little eyelet here starts getting bit or bent over time. See how it's kind of at an angle? All you do is go to the opposite side of where it's running and straighten that back out to where it's almost in line, as straight a line as you can get. And then check it and see if it's running straight. See, now it's too much, it's running to the other side. So we would bend it just slightly back
now
the other direction.
Okay, so you're bending it towards the way that it's turning?
Opposite.
Opposite, okay.
Opposite way. And it's not much, just a little bit. Just a very little bit. So we'll cast that out there a little bit. And that's it. See how it's straightened up and it's running straight down now.
That's awesome. And you know, you'll save a lot of baits doing that. And like I said, that little piece right there gets a little bit bent where that O-ring goes on. And bending it from one side to the other will help tune it. And it's the opposite side of what the bait is running.
Yeah, right? If it's running to the left, you would bend it to the right.
Okay.
If it's running to the right, you'd bend it to the left.
And there you have it.
Just a little bit.
And there's your tip of the week. Get him?
One.
All right.
Pound and a half and less.
Is that a good one?
Yeah.
Let me get out your way here.
Don't get out of my way.
Danny got himself a little crankbait bass.
Grab the net.
Grab the net. Oh, God, grab the net. Grab the net. That's a monster.
He ain't that big, but he's hooked in the top of the head.
I'm going to show you my famous net skills here.
Well, let's see him.
Got him.
That's
and that's
nice
how it's done, son. Look at the size of that one. Beautiful fish right there. Little crankbait bass. You know, don't you love how that rod tip just loads right up?
Yeah, he just loaded up on it. That's a solid 2 pound, 2 1/4 pound fish.
Oh yeah, by far. You
nice
bet.
fish. They're getting healthy.
Yes, they are.
Getting ready to stock up for the winter.
Look at that. It was twisted in there, but That makes a difference.
Without that, I guarantee we would have been cutting holes in the net to get that
That's
out.
awesome, man. I like that. Look at the way that net sets up too. It automatically opens up for you, even on the bottom. So when you're down here like this, it's automatically open on the bottom. You don't have it all.
You don't have to grab it.
A lot of nets are crimped up like this, you know. It's already opened up. I like that.
Well, and
it's a nice net.
The thing is this one has a extender pole too, to where you could really get out there and get them.
A few times I could have used those.
You know, it collapses down to that, stores pretty easily.
Yeah.
Z71's got the net holder in the back, which is awesome.
Man, it's just awesome, and you can leave it out like that. That's one thing I love about this boat, and I got to show this.
Yeah.
You can extend your nets in this boat. Extend your nets, and bring it all right here, and it sits right in there, and the pole goes right there, and then you've got your little safety latches there so it don't blow out. And that way you can just reach back there, grab the net, and you're ready to go. You don't have to worry about folding it up and getting it out of the way. You bit? Got him?
Yeah.
All right, get him in, son. Is he a good one? Look at
Not
you
a
crank.
giant.
Look at him cranking, folks. He's just
not a giant. Don't give him too much time to jump.
You want the net?
He's barely hooked. I'm just going to throw him in if you step aside.
I will step aside. Look at that. Now that's how to swing a fish, folks. Good fish, Danny.
Little fatty.
Cranking that thing as hard as you can and just making it happen. Burning it.
He's been caught before.
He has been caught. Let's show the folks
catch and release.
Little catch and release right there.
Catch and release works. There's a hook down inside his throat that somebody either cut off or broke the line, but it's already starting to dissolve. And
is there any way to get it out?
Is
it we got him? Is it going to hurt him to do it?
He is.
Is it in his
it's down in there. We'll let it rust. It's already starting to rust out.
They got a lot of acid in their system though.
He's still eating, so I think he's doing fine.
Yeah, no kidding. Good catch. Dude, I'll tell you what a day. I've had a great day on the water.
Been a great day.
We've learned a lot about crankbaits today, folks. I'll tell you what for me, it's really an unorthodox way of fishing with crankbaits, but I'll tell you what, I've learned a lot today. Danny, I'll tell you what, I can see how you guys are whacking them out here.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
And we would have had a better day, I think, if we would have had just a tiny bit of wind.
A little bit more wind, yep.
Yeah, it'd have been great, but slick like this, it was tough. And hey, we got to throw a big thanks out to your wife, Monica, for bringing the camera boat out here with you. You brought your boat out, and we took some shots off that, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I had a great day.
Hey, it was a great day. I really appreciate
awesome, brother.
you having me on the show here.
Oh, you bet.
And if your ratings don't fall too bad, maybe we'll do it again.
We'll get you back on, trust me. We'll get on that bite.
Thanks,
hey, folks,
Johnny.
Thanks for joining us on the show. We'll see you next week. I'm Johnny Johnson. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about, folks.